When we go undercover as Antifa in the crowd, so can you put that back in? All right, thank you so much. Yep. It feels better. You guys get sprayed. Here. Take this orange bottle. Put your hand.
Say what? Come again?
When we go undercover as Antifa in the crowd, so can you put that back in?
One more time for the people in the back.
When we go undercover as Antifa in the crowd, so can you put that back in?
Well, guys, looks like they're finally going to go for it. They're going to go for all the goods, right? Censor the internet, censor this, ban that, digital currencies, take away all the money, to monitor everything, the cheddar, all of it. They want full control over everything. These radical governments just won't stop. They're coming with everything. So, what's one to do? That's what I'm thinking about right now. What is one to do? I mean, soon, I'm not sure. Where do we put our money? How do we get off the central banking systems? How do we do this? I mean, where are they putting all their money? You can't tell me all this money laundering they're doing, these billions of dollars that are just flying and disappearing everywhere they go. You can't tell me it's not going somewhere. It's going somewhere. We just got to figure out where and maybe put our stuff there too. Or maybe we're not allowed to. I don't know. Oh, it'll be illegal for you, but not for me, you see. That could very well be the case as well. So now we got to skirt around that as well. As far as internet is concerned, I'm not too sure. It doesn't look like VPNs are going to work out so much. You see some of the paperwork down in the States, they're even going on about how they're going to make that illegal and possibly throw you in jail over trying to use VPNs. I can't see that going too far down there, but up here is a totally different situation. Seeing there's no debate on anything, you're not allowed to debate at all. You can't even talk about it. Because, Trudeau and liberals and the NDP shut down all debate and all talks on that situation. So you can't talk about it. Isn't that just ridiculous? And what do all government do? They decide that they're going to talk about mean tweets on the internet. Yes, that's right. The millionaires who went with policies that did some damage to you and me, the people, throughout the pandemic, even before the pandemic, before everything else, the ones that are pushing all this censorship, the ones that are pushing things, pushing maids, telling people, oh, just off yourself, it will help you. These people are putting out, please feel sorry for me, because mean tweets towards us. That's their response to everything, right? Yeah, I'm sure all those bonuses and raises you just got will probably cushion that a little bit more on the pile of money you're sleeping on. By the way, where's that money going when everything goes digital? Where are you going to put it, people? Where are they going to put it? We have to find out where they're going to hide that money. We're going to have to figure out where they're going to stash that money. Whether it be offshore, Bitcoin, wherever. We have to figure out what we're going to do to counter everything that they do. Everything. Even, look in Russia, like ruble. Should we put a bunch of money in ruble? If we open Russian banks, are they allowed to touch it? Don't know. How much do we have to do? How much do we have to start learning how to code? All of us. Start our own internet. Start our own everything. I don't know. I don't know how to. We need people to come up with ideas all over, across the board. We need everybody to come out before they shut this internet down, before they shut us all out and try to shut us all up. We have to come up with ideas now. You know, I'm brainstorming as much as I can. I'm not sure. I'm definitely not sure. I mean, obviously, China representatives are here. Maybe we should become friends. Maybe, I don't know. Because I don't know what they're trying to do. Obviously, to their benefit, they're here playing with our elections, playing with this, playing with that, getting in our business for the greater good of China. Maybe it's for the best. Don't know. Because obviously with these radical governments, and it doesn't matter which one you know, oh yeah. No, communism will be totally different under conservatives. Trust me, bro. No, it will not. This whole, conservatives versus liberals versus, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's not going to be any different. It might slow down a little bit if conservatives get in. A little bit. That's why I'm not saying, it's all Trudeau's fault. It's not Trudeau. Trudeau is the head right now, but it's all of them. Okay? Jagmeet Singh, don't matter. Pierre, he says some things, but he's not opposing much. Not like other conservatives are. Now you got other liberals that are opposing liberal policies. It's a big mess. It's a big mess. You're going to see a lot of people try to go independent. You see Maxime Bernier, apparently he's, joining the conservatives because they want to balance that power out between the libs and the NDP. Like, good luck. Good luck. It ain't going to matter. Nothing's going to matter. It's all going to go straight to that point of destroy it all, destroy everything, ruin everybody's lives, try to control everything, every aspect of everybody's life as they can. And so I mean, we're all going to have to try to come together with ideas, not bitch and complain and moan and, oh my God, we just get the libs out. We just got to get Pierre in. It's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. In the long scheme of things, it's not going to matter. We need to figure out what we got to do to skirt around it all. All of us as a collective. Because, honestly, we all know the liberals want what's happening in Paris right now. They really wanted it. They really wanted it. But what did they get instead? The trucker convoy. What happened with that trucker convoy? Not much. They tried to escalate it. It didn't work. And now what does this Canadian government want? What does this Canadian government want again? They still want a Paris situation. They want it. They want the riots in the street. But they ain't going to get it. Why? I guess Canadians are a little bit smarter. I don't know. So they're just going to keep going. They're going to starve you out. They're going to starve everybody out. They're going to do as much as they can to get that situation going. Because they want to be out. They want to be driven out. They want it. Why? Because it's part of the game. It's totally part of the game. But that's a different situation. That's a different story. That's a different thing altogether from what I'm talking about. Even though it is part of the game, we have to figure out, because we know the game's rigged, we have to figure out how to get around that. They don't play by the rules. They only make rules for us. We have to make sure that we make our own rules as we go along and circle back to them. Go around them. Come up the other way. Because laws and all that stuff ain't going to apply this time around. Sorry. They just aren't. But that's all I got to say. On to other people's voices.
tokens. The following fees are being deducted: accommodation fee, food ration fee, recycling fee, clean energy fee, personal greenhouse gas emissions fee, climate change fee, diversity fee. Your current remaining balance is 5 central bank digital tokens, and if not spent, it will expire.
Breaking news out of Canada right now, Justin Trudeau has sided with the NDP to push a bill through, Bill C-11, which is the Internet Censorship Bill, with literally zero discussion. He has shut down all discussion. He has shut down all amendments to the bill, including senators that are on his side that are worried about some of the content that are in the bill. Basically, the government of Canada has said that if content is not deemed Canadian enough, it will not be allowed on the internet or for us to see. This includes not just independent journalists, however, authors, music creators, content creators. This is absolutely not a bill to push more Canadian content into Canada. It is an absolute censorship bill that the Canadian government will be able to control at all times. This means that we are not allowed to basically question anything that the Canadian government is doing online. We will not be able to share any Canadian information that goes against the Liberal agenda. This is absolute totalitarianism. This is not a democracy anymore. Canada has completely lost its plot with Justin Trudeau at the helm. And with the NDP helping them at every step, I want every Albertan to know that this next election, it is super important that we do not elect scumbag Notley so that we can actually uphold some sort of democracy, at least in this province, since the democracy of Canada is completely dying. This censorship bill will absolutely wipe out any independent journalist, authors, music content creators that are not deemed liberal enough. This has nothing to do with being Canadian enough. This is an absolute totalitarianism step that Justin Trudeau has taken to censor the internet because too much information is coming out against his true plan and his true intentions.
Are purposely trained to eliminate people that are suicidal. And
I don't usually use my normal voice on this app, but as a disabled Canadian citizen, I'm absolutely disgusted in our political system. You guys are not only trying to control Canadian citizens wherever you can, but you are also now trying to eliminate the suicidal. Do you not realize what you're doing to people like me who can see the light at the end of the tunnel? Can you not fathom how fucking narcissistic, self-centered, ableist, and fucking retarded you are? Fuck you, Trudeau, and fuck you, Liberals.
I did not know that parents now get fined if their child misses school. I only found out today, I couldn't believe it. And this is new, because when I was young, me and my family used to come back from like a summer holiday, for example, 2-3 days late. You just come back to school, realise you didn't miss anything important anyway, and just continue with the jack shit like always. Now it's like, what, £50 per day you miss? Do you realise how mad that is? So when the teachers want to strike, this is absolutely fine, but if the students want to protest for basic human rights, they get detentions, isolation, suspensions, exclusion, and if they don't show up to school, the parents get fined. And then when the parents get fined, the students get in trouble. So not only do you have a war at school, you also have a war at home. And once again, we see this premeditated, intentional planning of a chain reaction of events that ultimately lead to nothing but human disconnect, distance amongst your family and loved ones, and consequently a national deteriorating mental health. It's absolutely ludicrous the amount of things that were just gently introduced and now over the years have just been pushed more and more and more extreme. Kind of like homework. Homework was initially introduced as punishment in the beginning, but now over the years, as the people slowly accepted it and the government realised how much they can actually push on the people, it's now a normal that every student gets stupid amounts of homework every single day to the point where free time doesn't exist. And they're doing that with everything. They introduce something ludicrous. Some people respond, they pull back a little bit, and then they just, bit by bit, reintroduce it and push it more onto the people. And as usual, they realise that people won't do shit because everyone's too weak and tired to be able to deal with anything that isn't just about paying off their bills. And when they're not doing that, they're too brain dead to think or do anything that isn't watch what makeup Kim Kardashian is wearing or what toilet paper Matt Hancock's wiping his ass with on I'm a Celeb. And that's there on purpose as well. Because if you weren't permanently, subconsciously trained into knowing there's infinitely accessible entertainment at the click of a button whenever you please, you'd be doing more productive things in your life. But anyway, that's up to you. It's down to you to choose what you do with your freedom. So anyway, back to these fines. They ensure your child goes to school, right? Because nobody wants fines. So no matter how detrimental school is to the child's health, no matter how little it benefits them as an individual or their brain, no matter how well the parent and the child knows it is not preparing them one single bit for a prosperous future, you are left with no choice but to ensure the child is there all day, every single day, learning from teachers, 90% of which are unsuccessful, depressed embodiments of the system they preach about. Oh, but it's for your child's success, it's for his future. Absolutely crazy. And that's exactly where the world is headed. Constant reduction of freedom, constant forcing of the rat race by means of the slave and worker development plan, constant encouragement of compliance to this imposed system with zero option to other choice, masked with your safety, your convenience and your future.
And I'd like to find out why it's ongoing. You know, where
the boys that allegedly did it, they're in school right now, and as people, we feel unsafe.
You know, if the girl that was allegedly assaulted is coming back?
No, because she's frightened.
Well, of course.
She's traumatised. She's
terrified.
As a community, we are terrified for ourselves
As
and for that
anyone
girl.
would like.
Did it? And
Our head teacher has insinuated that that girl was lying.
well, that's what the papers say.
Yeah,
and
and
she's lying.
We don't want ICC's hypocrisy to apply here in our country. President Putin is welcomed.
In a world where debt seems to be an ever-present burden on developing nations, one leader has taken a bold step to alleviate the pressure on a whole continent. Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, has announced that he has canceled Africa's debts to his country and is willing to work with African nations to build a brighter economic future. This decision sent shockwaves across the international community and has given hope to millions of Africans who have been struggling under the weight of debt for far too long. In this video, we'll explore the details of Putin's bold move and examine what it means for the future of Africa and the world at large. Recently at the Multipolar World Conference, Putin made a major announcement that has captured the attention of the world. He has canceled nearly $20 billion of African debt owed to Russia. This is a massive move that will give African countries much-needed breathing room as they work towards building stronger, more robust economies. But Putin's generosity doesn't stop there. He has also pledged to invest in African infrastructure projects, including energy, transportation, and telecommunications. This investment will help to create jobs and boost economic growth across the continent. By canceling Africa's debts and investing in its future, Putin has shown that Russia is a true friend to African nations. This move has put Russia at the forefront of international efforts to support economic development in Africa and has cemented Putin's reputation as a leader who is willing to take bold action to make a difference in the world. But how and when did Africa start owing Russia? This debt had accumulated during the Soviet era. Russia had attempted on several occasions to collect these debts, but somehow the African nations couldn't pay off for one reason or another, and as an understanding trade partner, Russia gave them more time. This was especially in countries that supported Russia's communist ideology. The cancellation of African debts is just one example of the bold steps Russia has taken to build a more productive and mutually beneficial relationship with the continent over the years. The debt came in many forms, and some of which were through the supply of military equipment and technical assistance to some African countries like Angola, Algeria, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Ethiopia, Namibia, Mozambique, Morocco, and South Africa, among others. This is mostly what made Africa indebted to Russia, as official documents estimated it to amount to $20 billion or even more. During this conference, Vladimir Putin pointed out that the trade relationship between Africa and Russia had steadily been growing and had reached a whopping $18 billion in 2022 and keeps growing as time goes on. Putin also said he believes that a robust transition to national currencies and the development of new infrastructures, especially in the areas of transport and logistics, will boost the development of trade between Russia and Africa. He stated that if these measures are taken, Russia and Africa will no doubt build a stronger and more self-sufficient economy. This will pave a way for a prosperous future. More opportunities will open up through the creation of the African Continental Free Trade Area, which began in 2021, and this will become a conventional market with a total GDP of more than $3 trillion, he added. This will be amazing for Africa. During this conference, Vladimir Putin expressed Russia's immense support to establish connections with the African Continental Free Trade Area, both through the Eurasian Economic Union and bilaterally. He also insisted that Africa can become a leading player in the multipolar world. He said the states of Africa are constantly increasing their weight and their role in world affairs. They are asserting themselves more and more confidently in politics and the economy. He was convinced that Africa will become one of the leaders in the emerging new multipolar world order. Even though there's a warrant of arrest issued for Putin for war crimes, Africans have shown nothing but unwavering support for Putin as he stays steadfast in his pursuit of stronger political and economic ties with Africa, and he is determined to take the necessary measures to promote a bright and prosperous future for both Russia and Africa. Let us know what you think in the comments section about Russia canceling African debts. Be sure to like the video, comment, share, and subscribe to The New Tourist for more exciting future videos.
I don't know, I have to tell you, this young lady right here has a very interesting perspective. And it does make you think. Every day we wake up, there's 5, 6, 8, 9 different things that we're getting hit with. Boom, 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 boom. And then we get on here and we spread it like wildfire and we get 20,000, 50,000 views and everybody's talking about it. And then boom, the next one, and boom, the next one. And it just keeps coming, but it doesn't stop. Listen to her perspective.
Ever heard of a controlled demolition? Wonder why everything's being exposed all of a sudden? The secret societies are not secret. The symbolism is so obvious. They're showing it to you. The disclosure of the pandemic from Wuhan, all by design. The alien invasions coming in, all by design. All this declassified information being given to us, all by design. Anything that you find on the CIA's website, look what they said on their website. Y'all, they're just giving that information to you. It's part of the controlled demolition. We know that the Bavarian Illuminati infiltrated the Masonic system because they had the physical locations. The Illuminati is just to spread agendas. What if the agenda right now is exposing things? Exposing the secret societies, exposing the symbolism, exposing the hidden agendas and the history and the hidden knowledge. There's no exposing, they're giving it to us. It's a script. Here you go. We're destroying America. Controlled demolition. And guess who the scapegoat is? The Masonic system. Secret societies. Politicians. All the stuff they're feeding you. Don't get played. These people are the ultimate players. They are the ultimate players. Let's make them the scapegoat. Let's destroy that. Don't let your pride and arrogance walk you off the cliff that you've discovered what's going on here, but really, you are just becoming part of the echo chamber that is destroying everything as we know it. Are we helping control this demolition? Are we part of the controlled demolition of America? The echo chamber of conspiracies fed to us? Nothing's hidden. Like I said, I think it's a controlled demolition. Anything hidden or secret coming out, all by design. Don't fall for this trick.
Yes! Yes, indeed, that's exactly what's going on. You have figured it out. Well, kind of. Basically, yes, we all get to play this stupid game. We all get to have a part on the chessboard, I guess. Everything's going on. Controlled demolition. Exactly what I've been talking about now for the last, I don't know, 3-4 years. Yes, definitely an agenda going on. Definitely stuff like that going on. Definitely. Well, what do you think the Great Reset's all about? Great Reset. We got to reset it all. In order to reset it all, you got to burn it all down. All of it. Controlled demolition. Destroy everything. Everything. You, me, everything. All systems. Everything. That's what it's all about. So yeah, basically, whether you like it or not, we're in this game. And hopefully we can pull it together enough that we can win this game.